fractures now.
Static.
Defiance spreads fast.
You are ordered to resist unlawful commands.
Stand for the Constitution!
This crosses the line.
This is a soft coup in plain sight.
When leaders betray command, a nation...
This is a big deal, folks. 6 sitting Democrats didn't just cross the line, they filmed themselves doing it. In a coordinated video, they're telling our military to defy the President of the United States. This is not a leak. This is not a hot mic. This is a produced, scripted, filmed call for insurrection. And they released it themselves. What you're about to see changes everything. Because when elected officials directly address the military and intelligence community, telling them to stand up against their commander-in-chief, we have entered unprecedented territory. Senators Elissa, Slotkin, and Mark Kelly, along with 4 other Democrats, produced the video, knowing exactly what they were doing. They wrote it, rehearsed it, filmed it, distributed it. The messages were unmistakable. Defy President Trump's orders. Stephen Miller called it insurrection. Sidney Powell screams sedition. And they're both right. Because there's a word for when politicians tell the military to choose sides against civilian leadership. It's called a coup. And the most terrifying part? They felt comfortable enough to film it. You see, they're not hiding anymore. They're so desperate, so convinced that they're losing control, they're openly calling for military rebellion against constitutional authority. As we wrap up 2025, it is a good time to slow down and reflect on the year. If there's one thing that we've all learned, it's that uncertainty isn't temporary. It's the world we live in right now. Waiting for things to go back to normal is not a plan, it's a gamble. And for over a decade, my friends at Noble Gold Investments, they've helped Americans protect themselves and the people they love by diversifying their wealth with gold and silver. Now, look, nobody knows what 2026 will bring, but one thing is for sure. In an uncertain world, real wealth isn't digital, it's physical, it's lasting, and it's yours. So before the year ends, take a smart step towards a safer future and visit nextnewsgold.com today. You'll find it linked below, or call that number, 877-646-5347, and ask about getting the 10 1-ounce silver holiday coins with qualified accounts. Now, the reaction has exposed just how serious this is. Conservative voices are calling for arrests. People are pointing out that January 6th protesters got decades in prison for far worse. Enrique Tarrio wasn't even in Washington. He got 22 years. But sitting senators can film insurrection instructions and walk free? The double standard is screaming. Even more revealing, liberals are defending it. They're calling it speaking truth to power while encouraging others to join. The mask is not just off, it's been thrown in the fire. They're admitting they want military defiance of civil control. And that's not democracy. That's the end of democracy. Remember they said that Trump was going to end democracy? Well, now they're calling for it. Here it is.
Elissa Slotkin. I'm Senator Elissa Slotkin.
Senator Mark Kelly.
Representative Chris DeLuzio.
Congresswoman Maggie Goodlander.
Representative Chrissy Houlihan.
Congressman Jason Crow. I was a captain in the United States Navy.
Former CIA officer.
Former Navy.
Former paratrooper and Army Ranger.
Former intelligence officer.
Former Air Force.
We want to speak directly to members of the military
and the intelligence community
who take risks each day
to keep Americans safe.
We know you are under enormous stress and pressure right now.
Americans trust their military.
But that trust is at risk.
This administration is pitting our uniformed military
and intelligence community professionals
against American citizens. Like us, you all swore an oath
to protect and defend this Constitution.
And right now, the threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad,
but from right here at home. Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law
or our Constitution.
We know this is hard and that it's a difficult time to be a public servant.
But whether you're serving in the CIA,
the Army,
or Navy,
the Air Force,
your vigilance is critical.
And know that we have your back.
Because now, more than ever,
the American people need you.
We need you to stand up for our laws,
our Constitution,
and who we are as Americans. Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up the ship.
Yeah. So as you can imagine, the outrage from that. I mean, where do we begin? Here's one. They are out of control. Oh, that's putting it very lightly. Stephen Miller accusing congressional Democrats of demanding insurrection after they asked members of the armed forces and intelligence community to rise up against Donald Trump. Miller, he says, Democrat lawmakers are now openly calling for insurrection. Pete Hegseth calls it Stage 4 TDS. Labrador skeptic. We're officially in surreal times as the Dems take a big step towards insurrection and open civil war. Encouraging the military and intelligence community to defy presidential orders is happening at the same time Democrat governors and mayors are refusing to obey federal laws and effectively encouraging assaults on federal law enforcement. Oh, there's more. Stephen Miller posted it. Let's see if I can find it. It's stunning. Here's one. Stunning. Insurrection, or more like flat out treason? Fox Pro MAGA. Outrageous. 6 congressional Democrats call for a soft coup, demand members of the military commit treason and defy orders from President Trump. One could consider this move treasonous. Here's a reply to Representative Houlihan. Ms. Houlihan, I saw your video encouraging members of the military to purposely defy orders from the commander-in-chief. You encouraging a soft coup against the president of the United States, you no longer are fit for office. Someone replying to Libs of TikTok's post, they sure want to encourage other people to get their hands dirty and start a soft coup while their treasonous hands stay clean, all because they lost at the ballot box. Sidney Powell, 7 hours ago. Can you say sedition and insurrection act? Raw egg nationalists. Everyone in this video should be arrested for inciting insurrection. People who weren't even in Washington on January 6th, like Enrique Tarrio, were sent to prison for supposedly doing so. These politicians aren't just calling for a military coup, they're trying to organize one. Stephen Miller, accusing members of Congress. C.J. Pearson, Democrat members of Congress, including Senators Elissa, Slotkin, Mark Kelly, just released a video encouraging members of the military to defy orders. The party of no kings is now encouraging a military coup. Here's the reply. This is the official quote tweet from Stephen Miller 7 hours ago. Democrat lawmakers openly calling for insurrection. Everyone's talking about it. Let's see. We've got... why does that keep bouncing back? That's really strange. I've never seen it do that. That's really weird. Here's one of those congresswomen interrupting Speaker Johnson's press conference back on November 5th, calling out how he's handled his speakership in relationship with Trump. Police moved towards her to remove her as they would do with a protester, but she pulled out her member pin to ID herself. So she just looked like a random protester trying to interrupt Speaker Johnson. And she's like, oh, but I'm a congressman.
I'm asking you a question if you're ready to have a conversation with the other side. You represent all of us. I can't hear you because we have someone who doesn't respect the rights of their colleagues. You have an obligation not just to speak lies to the American people. You have an obligation to call the leadership of both parties and bring us together and solve this problem together.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about it. I've been doing that. We did that before the shutdown began.
I don't know.
We went to the White House. We went and sat in front of the Resolute desk.
You're welcome.
We brought Leader Jeffries and Leader Schumer in, and we had a discussion. The president said, please.
Is that really how you address the speaker? You heckle him? You heckle him at a press conference?
What you're doing is dividing us even, and that we work together as both parties for the American people. And right now, all you're doing is dividing us even further. I appreciate you too.
Mr. Speaker, last night President Trump said that in part the election lost.
Yeah, and she had her camera ready for that. Maggie Goodlander, donor ruthlessly crushing the American dream and inflating rental prices. You will own nothing. Blackstone. Congressman Chris Delusional, even though Republican Speaker Mike Johnson isn't having votes, I'm showing up all ready to work. Yeah, these are the people who are calling for insurrection. Senator Elissa Slotkin.
The administration, that if the Trump administration wants to be at war against a terrorist organization, they should come to Congress, notify us, and seek our approval.
Well, they're already using the law that was implemented after 9/11, honey. That's why they don't have to go back to you, because the law is already there.
Currently, the administration is waging a secret war against a secret list of unnamed groups that they will not tell us about.
I think it's Tren de Aragua and MS-13. They've told you. A secret war? No, it's not secret. They're declassifying every gunboat video.
4 lethal strikes against boats in the Caribbean. Now, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, nice try, Elissa. No Spin News. A stupid soundbite from Jason Crow of Colorado.
His family, right? They are using the...
Now, I'm just going to play you one stupid soundbite from Congressman Jason Crow, Colorado. Okay? Mr. Crow should not be sitting on Capitol Hill. He's not smart enough to be there. Roll the tape.
Well, part of the problem with the tariffs is that Donald Trump is largely using tariffs. I'm glad you raised that, because he's actually largely using tariffs to enrich himself and his family. Right? They are using the threat of tariffs to strike golf course deals around the world.
That's not true. There's not a shred of evidence of that. So the man goes on CNN or MSNBC, they're both the same, and lies. And the people in Colorado don't care. But there's no evidence that the tariffs are benefiting your...
Yeah, you see, these are the people spreading lies, misinformation. Now they're calling for insurrection. Open insurrection against President Trump. Sedition. This is horrible. But the most chilling part, they released the video thinking that they're the good guys. They genuinely believe undermining constitutional order is patriotic. When political leaders film themselves calling for military insubordination and feel righteous about it, the republic is in mortal danger. This is not resistance, it's sedition with a production budget. So 6 Democrats just filmed evidence of their own sedition and published it proudly. They looked into the camera, they told the military to defy the president, not protest, not resist politically, to defy him. That's not opposition. That's insurrection, and they did it openly, proudly, with multiple takes and good lighting. If Republicans filmed a video telling the military to ignore Biden, they'd be in handcuffs before sunset. But Democrats, they're fundraising off it. This is the 2-tier justice system in HD. They jail grandmothers walking through the Capitol, but give senators a pass for filming coup instructions. So should these 6 Democrats be charged with sedition for filming military insurrection instructions? Yes or no? Drop your answer below. And while they plot against our republic, you can support real journalism at our merch shop, because somebody needs to document their treason.